Welcome to today's class on graph theory. Today we discuss four-color conjecture. The four-color conjecture is a very planar graph is four-vertex colorable. The problem of deciding whether the four-color conjecture is true or false is called the four-color problem. Now we discuss phase colorings. So in order to translate the four-color problem into the language of graph theory, we need the notion of phase coloring of plane graphs. So we define phase coloring. So a k-phase coloring of a plane graph is an assignment of k colors to its phases. The coloring is proper if no two adjacent phases are assigned the same color. And a plane graph is k-phase colorable if it has a proper k-phase coloring. The minimum such k is called the phase chromatic number. And is denoted by chi-star. Now for any plane graph G with dual G star, we have chi star of G equal to chi of G star. The four-color problem is often posed in the following terms. Can the countries of the map be colored in four colors so that no two countries which have the same boundary are assigned to the same color? The equivalence of this problem with the four-color problem follows from theorem 9.12 on observing that the map can be regarded as a plane graph with its countries as phases. So we state theorem 9.12. So theorem 9.12, the following three statements are equivalent. 1. Every planar graph is four-vertex colorable. 2. Every plane graph is four-phase colorable. 3. Every simple two-edge connected three-regular planar graph is three-edge colorable. Proof. We prove 1 implies 2 implies 3 implies 1. So A, 1 implies 2 first. Suppose 1 is true. That is, every planar graph is four-vertex colorable. Let G be a plane graph. Then G star dual of G is a planar graph. Therefore, by 1 chi of G star is 4. By 1. But we have chi star of G equal to chi of G star, that is equal to 4. Therefore, G is four-phase colorable. B, we prove that 2 implies 3. Suppose that 2 holes. That is, every plane graph is four-face colorable. Let G be a simple two-edge connected three regular planar graph. We have to show that G is three-edge colorable. We have to show that G is three-edge colorable. Let G tilde be the planar embedding of G. By 2, since G tilde is planar, G tilde has a proper four-face coloring. By 2, G tilde has a proper four-face coloring. Denote the four colors by C0 equal to 0, 0, C1 equal to 1, 0, C2 equal to 0, 1, and C3 equal to 1, 1 over the field of integers modulo 2. Now we define a proper three-edge coloring. It is done like this. Consider a vertex V. Since the graph is three regular, there will be three vertices adjacent with V. Suppose that these are the three vertices adjacent with V. So this is V. Then suppose that this face has color Ci and this face has color Cj and this face has color Ck. Then you color this with Ci plus Ck and color this edge with a Ci plus Cj and color this edge with a Cj plus Ck. So you have three colors. Observe that C0 will not be assigned to any of the edges. So now we obtain a three-edge coloring of G tilde by assigning to each edge the sum of colors of the face it separates. That is, if Ci, Cj and Ck are three colors assigned to three faces incident with V, then Ci plus Cj, Cj plus Ck and Ck plus Cj are the colors assigned to three edges incident with V. Now since G tilde is two edge connected, each edge separates two distinct faces, and it follows that no edge is assigned the color C0 under this scheme, and the three edges incident with a given vertex are assigned different colors. Thus, we have a proper three-edge coloring of G tilde and hence of G. That is, G is three-edge colorable. So this proves 2 implies 3. Now part C, we prove 3 implies 1. Suppose 3 holds but 1 does not hold. Then there is a 5 critical planar graph G. Let G tilde be the planar embedding of G. Then G tilde is a spanning subgraph of a simple plane triangulation H. This is by exercise 9.2.6. The dual H star of H is a simple two-edge connected three regular planar graph by exercise 9.2.7. Therefore, by 3, our assumption is that 3 is true. So, by 3, H star has a proper three-edge coloring E1, E2, E3. For I not equal to J, let Hij star denote the subgraph of H star induced by Ei union Ej. Now, since each vertex of H star is incident with one edge of Ei and one edge of Ej, Hij star is the union of disjoint cycles and is therefore two-phase colorable. This is by exercise 9.6.1. Now, each phase of H star is intersection of a phase of H12 star and a phase of H23 star. Now, given a proper two-phase coloring of H12 star and H23 star, we obtain a four-phase coloring of H star by assigning to each phase F the pair of colors assigned to the phases whose intersection is F. Now, since H star equal to H12 star union H23 star, this four-phase coloring of H star is proper. Since H is a supergraph of G, we have 5 that is equal to chi of G, because G is 5 critical. This is less than or equal to chi of H. This is equal to chi star of H star. We have seen that it is 4, which is a contradiction. Thus, we are getting 5 less than or equal to 4, which is a contradiction. Therefore, 1 must hold. So, this proves 3 implies 1. Now, we have a remark. The statement 3 of theorem 9.12 is equivalent to 4-color problem. A proper 3-edge coloring of a 3 regular graph is often called Tate coloring. That's all for today.